Oh my. Look, it's a big orc standing over you. He's in a position of power. But you know what? He's not going to glower at you. He's just going to flip his little axe around, and he's going to say, "Hey, how you doing?" He's going to do a little... Yeah, he's going to do a little wave. Because he's a good boy, ain't he? This is Gitbiter. Everybody knows Gitbiter. Gitbiter's the best. Gitbiter doesn't want to bite nobody but except the Git. So if you're not a Git, he's not going to bite you. Pretty self-explanatory, I think. Until he got the name. It's got a heck of an underbite, but let me tell you, if you look at them toofuses, he keeps them nice and clean. But let me tell you, it's been a bit of a week. I've been running around and doing stuff. I got some new Empire miniatures. Ooh. This is kind of neat. I didn't even know you could do this. I didn't know you could go into a cave and suddenly... Wait, where am I? Oh, just an Ekrund. Okay. I mean, I knew I was in Ekrund, but I'm like, where am I in Ekrund? Am I in the RVR zone? The zone of RVR? I feel like I'm like right next to the zone of RVR. Actually, you know what? Let's go into the RVR area. I want to see if I can wave at anybody. Because maybe I can. But yeah, it's been a bit of a week. I was trying to record some more Dead Space because I've been having a lot of fun with that. I've actually beaten the game now. I've played through it a bunch. I got a bunch of armor. I found out about the secret ending. I was getting that. There's all kinds of really cool stuff in that game, and I'm really glad to have it. But for some reason, when I try to record it, it keeps seeming to have lots of little issues. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Ooh, it's very pretty here. I like that mountain. Do you guys like that mountain? I like that mountain. But, so right now I can't really record it. I'm trying to see if I can, figure out how to fix it. Because if I can fix it, then I can record it and I can maybe do just an impossible playthrough because there's a difficulty called the impossible difficulty. And, if you can get the impossible difficulty through, apparently you unlock a magic rig, a new cool rig, and I thought that would be pretty neat to have unlocked. This is a pretty neat area. Can I open the gate? Hello, dwarfies. I'd like to come in. I wanted to knock, but I don't know. I have just this choppa, and I kind of fear like if I smack your door with the choppa, I feel like I'd splinter it. That doesn't seem nice. So I'm just gonna walk up to this door. Hope that's okay. But yeah. Man, isn't it cool that we get to live in a world where all these stunties get to come back to life? You know, like they die and then they're like, "Eh," and then they get to spawn back. And then like I die and it's like, "Eh," and then I spawn back. Isn't that neat? I think that's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Let's see. Hello, stunties. Would you like to be friends? I bow before your stunty door. I don't know. Maybe I look a little scary. I mean, I do have these scars. I am a pretty impressive orc, I'll tell you what. I can, deadlift. I can pick up rocks and things. I built a little rock snowman, but it was mostly just a rock man. And the problem with rocks is that they don't stick to each other, so I had to lick some of the rocks and try to, put the eyeballs on. It was not working. My saliva was not viscous enough. Let's see. Many dwarves are on the side. No, doesn't look like it. Let's check out their banner, though. At least they got this nice art for us to check out. Ooh, wow. That's a lot of shiny gold in there. And they got some shiny, I guess those are their ancestor heads. Those are pretty neat looking. I bet the dwarfs put a lot of time and effort into that. Just like I put, well, not me specifically, but orcs put a lot of time and effort into our big flaming head. I hope they like the big flaming head. Ooh, that looks like a ruin. Let's go check that out. But yeah, so I'm trying to record more Dead Space stuff, and I was trying to figure out if there was a way to fix it, but I was looking on the OBS forums, and it doesn't really look like there's really too much of a way to fix it, which is kind of unfortunate. But, we'll see. Ooh, this is kind of nice. This is kind of cool. This looks like it would be a cool place to meditate. Like if I brought like a rug to sit out on and a cushion. Yeah, just sit out here and meditate. Om Krim Mahakalikayai Namaha. You know, something like that. That would be good. Because Mahakali loves it when you meditate on her. Because I love me some Mahakali. There's a little cage here. That's kind of neat. Some spiky bits. There's a banner. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna take this, I guess. Does anyone care? I'll wait for a little bit and see if anybody comes around and... Ooh! You can shoot it! That's kind of neat. Can't do it again. Wait. Let's see. Let's go to this other one. Wow, that's cool! I didn't know you could do that. That's pretty neat. To be able to have a shooting banging type of thing. What's it aimed at, though? Oh. Well, alright then. I guess I captured it. I feel big and large and in charge. But they'll probably come back and take it if they care at all. And that's good. Oh, hey, there's some dwarves down there. Ooh, those guys look angry, though. I better be careful. I don't want to get them mad at me. So let's see if I can get a little bit... Oh, there's no way I can get to that thing without them noticing me. I'm just gonna... No, wait, so... Yeah, he noticed me. Oh man, that was silly. Hey, Mr. Healer, you want to heal me? Ah. Okay. Well, let's see. Well, so there's that one. So what happens if I, Okay. I don't know, let's keep exploring. It's fun to explore. And I guess I got some points for that. But it's mostly just me kind of like wandering out here in the wilderness type deal, I guess. Oh, it looks like there's another banner over this way. So let's see if we can find over here. Ooh, you can actually see where the snow starts and stuff like that. That's neat. Two trees look very... Actually, I guess they don't look that different, do they? Interesting. You know, the way that texture is done, it almost looks like it's like one big leaf as opposed to smaller leaves. I don't know. I would think it'd be like a pine type tree, but I guess maybe not. I don't know. These are neat plants, though. It's nice tall grass. If you could lay it, can I lay down? Yep, can't do that. Oh, wait, but I think I can. No, wait. There we go. But I can sit. Oh. Can I sit down for a little bit longer? There you go. In the nice tall grass. I guess I don't really feel like taking a nap right now. But man, isn't that lovely? Just enjoy the grass. Man. This game is very pretty, is what I was going to try and say there. Those look very scary. Are those supposed to be on fire? I mean, I guess it adds like a very nice look to it, you know, it's like, oh wow, look at how big and powerful Gork and Merc is with all their them then having fire. Not a mean Jimmy Dean? Are any of these cool? Oh, these look like they're pretty cool. Ooh. Ah. Ee. Ooh. Let's go over here and see if we can get close to this Iron Man outpost. Let's see if we can go over there and capture that. Because I'm Get Biter. Honestly, I'd really like it if I could have some dwarf friends. If I could fight fellow greenskins and then make some friends with dwarves and be like, hey man, could you make me a cool axe? I'd be pretty down for that. I was thinking about making an orc war boss who like picks up like an ancestor medallion or like a trinket or something like that, you know? And then like after they pick up like their ancestor medallion or trinket or whatever, they did I do that? I guess I must have. But after they did that, like maybe they get like the voice of an ancestor in their head, like a dwarf ancestor, and the dwarf ancestor starts to convince the orc to act more dwarfy. You know, I thought that could be kind of fun. Like the idea of like this orc talking to a dwarf ancestor and then suddenly being like, man, oh man, I like me some honor and I like me some beard. But you know, they can't really grow beards. Naturally. There was actually a thing in old Warhammer lore where, you know, sometimes the orcs have that like top knot thing. Apparently sometimes that's actually like a parasitic squig that's like bitten and lodged into their head. Like, and then like, yeah, they like wear it for decoration. I always thought that was kind of funny. Iron Main outpost generating. Do I get resources for hanging out here? I feel like I don't. Wait, could I literally just run back and forth between these two posts and just take it back and forth again? Could you do? I mean, I guess you could. Is there a point to doing that? I don't know. That seems kind of weird. Let's check out in here. Ooh, it's kind of neat. Carve your ancestor faces into stuff. They really do like to make it so that their ancestor faces are very visible, don't they? Oh, maybe we should move that candle. I don't want that book to burn. Actually, I guess it's in a little candle holder. It's probably fine. Warm up my hands and warm up my tusks. My nice big tusks. I take good care of my tusks, you know. I try to brush them and everything. You know, something that always kind of bugged me about Warhammer is that the orcs always have to be evil and the Skaven always have to be evil, because I think the Skaven can be cute. And I kind of like the idea of like a Skaven like learning that, hey, Skaven society is actually kind of bad and running off and trying to do their own thing. But then the problem is that very few people actually accept them, so they kind of have to be alone until they meet somebody that's weirdly accepting of everybody, you know? Like me. I would be accepting of a Skaven. I would hug a Skaven and pet them too. Help them warm myself up by the fire, warm themselves up by the fire. I think sharing a fire with a Skaven could be kind of neat, provided they don't like, you know, try to throw some warp stone in there, because then I think it would be kind of weird. Got me some toxic radiation type sickness. Or, you know, I guess I did say that whole thing about wanting that one dark elf lady to be like reformed or whatever. I don't know. I guess I like the idea of creatures that are generally considered bad, or people that are generally considered bad, changing things around. Like, I think it would be kind of funny if someone was like kind of dedicated to Tzeentch, but like the longer they spent at it, the more they were like, oh, wait a minute, Tzeentch is kind of a butt munch. And then they just decided to like go and beg for redemption from like the Sigmar people or somebody else. Or like, yeah, they could go beg redemption from Sigmar priests, and now they're like a flagellant or something. But they're like a big chaos warrior, but they're like actually a flagellant. I think that would be pretty cool, neat. It's like a chaos warrior who's like, for Sigmar, and just confuses the ever living crap out of all the other chaos warriors. Are just like, wait, what? That don't seem right. Is he supposed to be saying that? I've been playing Warhammer Armies Projects with a cool Australian. Ozzy Osbourne, but not. And they were letting me do this thing because like I'm telling them all these backstories for my characters, like the Yamina and her family, and how they. Ooh, what is this? I mean, it gives me the ability to interact with it, but I don't seem to be able to do anything. Interact. Okay, I'm just gonna move on. But so what they're letting me do is I can bring one unit of Ind or Cathay or like Amazons or something. I basically can bring one unit from certain other armies to represent like, oh hey, they hired people from like a distant land to like help fight their battles while they're in the Empire and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know if it's the most balanced thing, or whatever. But it's kind of interesting. It's been interesting to mess around with, at least. I like how I'm just gonna run back and forth here for a little bit. This is so silly, but it's kind of fun to just run back and forth while I talk. But yeah, like, and it's interesting to have like to take like one unit out of Ind, for instance, and put it in like the middle of all these Empire guys, and just have this one different unit which stands out so much. It's been very interesting, I think, to mess around with. I don't know about if it's as synergistic, because the thing I've been trying to decide is like, okay, so for instance, if part of the rule was, okay, you can take one of these things. Yeah, it literally does that. That's interesting. Why would it do it like that? I guess I'm assuming there's a reason it would do it like that. I just don't know what the reason would be. Can you do that on higher difficulty areas? Or for like higher level area? That doesn't seem like that's something you could do in like a... Let's see. Let's go... Yeah, because March of Madness is the next area. Oh, it doesn't really look like you could do that, because it looks like there's just... Well, no, I guess there's also Barak Var. Barak Var is actually one of my favorite dwarf holds. I think it's really neat because it's cosmopolitan and all that. But, yeah. It's been pretty interesting to try and do that. I haven't actually played a game like that, though. Hopefully we'll be playing soon and I can try out and see how it works, because one of the things I want to do is, like, give it so that, okay, they have, like, the state troop rule, basically, like, or, like, maybe they don't have the state troop rule, but I think, because I think the way the state troop rule is written, units near this other unit can still do like the quick response and stuff like that, and that's pretty cool. So they're still useful. I rather like me some diversity and throwing stuff out there. I don't know too much about Ind. I know a little bit about Cathay, but not too much about Ind, and I know more about Araby. Araby's probably the one I know the most about. And it's been a lot of fun just kind of like seeing what stuff you can mix around in there and things like that. I think they said that it could be pretty powerful. They don't mind, because we're just gonna play games and we're just doing it for fun. And I think if it's too powerful, if I play it and it turns out it's too powerful to mix these different kinds of units, then I'm not gonna do it again. Because I like it when there's a little bit of challenge. I like very shooty armies, but I also try to balance that out and not bring an army that is just like absolutely gonna blow you away turn one, because I don't think that's very fun to play against. But I like my pike and shot armies, I like my early modern period type of armies, just because that's a lot of fun. I like the historical context of it and things like that. But yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of mixing and matching different armies, and I kind of like the idea of like bad guys that become good. I really like that idea. Like, I kind of want to buy like a unit of those new Chaos Warriors that just released for Age of Sigmar, and I want to actually make them like Sigmar Warriors of Chaos, basically, like give them like Sigmar symbols and stuff like that, and be like, oh yeah, no, we used to serve the Dark Powers, but then we realized that was just basically a crapshoot, and this seemed like the better option. So now they're like all into like working for Sigmar and working for justice and stuff like that, or working for like the little guy, and it just like confuses the ever-loving crap out of everybody around them. I think that would be a lot of fun. I really like redemption type arcs and redemption type stories. I think those are pretty neat. Ooh. Ooh, I like how there's like a little type of like garden thing here. This is really neat. Man, the dwarves do have a nice sense of aesthetics, don't they? And look, there's like an old dwarf reading the stories like, "Are you ready to sit on Grandpa's lap?" He says. And I say, yes, yes, I am ready to sit on Grandpa's lap. Tell me the story, Grandpa. What stories are we reading today? And then he's going to tell me ancient stories about how an orc and the dwarf were friends and how they hugged. And then how they fought against oppression and prejudice. And that was pretty cool. Can I get to the other... Actually, what happens if I just touch the... I'm assuming it just teleports me to the other side if I just touch the gate. Is that true? Maybe? Oh, it doesn't... Okay, that's interesting. So I guess I gotta go around a little bit here. Whoop. Barrels and stuff. Wonder if any of these barrels are full of water. I could get some water. I don't drink, so the beer, I just have to get back to my dwarf homies. Hello, dwarf homies. Would you like some beer? And then they would become homies with me because I brought them beer. Wait, did that already get uncaptured? Do you have to stay there to get it to stay? Is that why? So can I just like stand next to it and get... I don't know how this works. I have to admit, I never really did this part of it very much. I did a lot of the scenario stuff, but I never did this part. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. I could be a crazy orc. Hello, I'm a crazy orc. How are you? And then they'll say things like, are you going to chop at us? And I'll be like, no, 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 no. That seems rude. I would like to get a snack, though. Yeah, I just want to see that again. It looks very juicy. Mmm, juicy, juicy. Mmm, tastes like chicken. You know, I do like chicken fingers, and I do like different kinds of chicken if you cook it right. But man, I don't know. Does anybody else think that maybe chicken isn't like the most flavorful thing? I don't know. I do like chicken though. Tasty, tasty chicken. Meow. But yeah, I don't know. I always like the idea of like the guys in the periphery, like the dark elf that just starts to go, "Are we the baddies?" And then decides that he doesn't want to be, or she doesn't want to be a dark elf bad person anymore. Or like a high elf that is just like, huh, this war and all this arrogance that we have towards humans seems kind of pointless. Maybe we should just, you know, not do that. That's fun. Hey, you know, maybe all this war and stuff, maybe we just shouldn't. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's so very silly. I like my silly stuff, don't you know? But, yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to make this orc character who just, like, could maybe have, like, a orc warband who doesn't fight dwarves and instead only fights, like, other orcs and goblins and stuff like that, but he's like much more interested in like living like a life of like weird semi-dwarfness, and he just confuses the dwarves. Or maybe he could earn himself a dwarf axe. I like the idea of dwarves being at least unstubborn enough to like give him an axe, but I don't really think that would ever happen. I think dwarves are too conservative to do that sort of thing. But you could always have some dwarves who have left dwarven society and kind of live on the periphery now and are just like, hey, you're cool. Oh, that's part of the reason I always like rangers. I always like the guys who are roaming around, or like the guys who went to the Empire and were like, hey, we'd rather live here than in dwarf society. I mean, I suppose if you were a low-class dwarf in Dwarf Society would probably kind of suck. Actually, I feel like there's a lot of parts of Dwarf Society that would probably kind of suck to live in. But, you know, you could always go to like a nicer place and get some hugs and things. I would always be willing to help out dwarves and things like that. And I would always be willing to help out anybody. Because you know what? Maybe I'm an orc who has contacted Mach Kali and now realizes that I can go to Mach Kali and I can have a much better war fighting against evil. Stevel evil. That sounds like fun. Man. It's kind of interesting because as much as I like Warhammer, I always like going to the peripheral cases that are weird and stuff like that. I guess I just like weird things. What is the point of generating this? Like, what do you gain? Like, I mean, I guess these like gauntlets and boots and things like that are nice, but I mean, like, what's the? I guess I just don't. Realm versus realm, come in the area, you will contribute. Collecting enough influence to gain basic advance. I guess it's just because this game is like very PvP, so the idea is more that you're just like you know, gonna fight and kill each other, which I understand that is like the basis for all this different kind of stuff. But I don't know. I'm just weird because I like being friendly. Sometimes when I go into scenarios and I'm fighting people, I'll just wave at them or bow to them or clap for them just cuz, you know? Oh. Good job. I was gonna do that in advice. How do I Zogdite elves? Yes, you gotta wish people having a good day and things like that. It's the most orky thing you can do. The most orky and rebellious thing you can do is to clap. I don't know. But yeah, it's been kind of fun. I've been doing all kinds of stuff, but I'm hoping to get, you know, more Dead Space footage if I can figure out what's causing the issues and all that different stuff. But yeah, I don't know, man. Would you be friends with an orc? I'd be friends with an orc. Especially if the orc could walk with me in Altdorf and we could talk, and then maybe we could meet Carl Friends, and Carl Friends would be like, "Are you a bad orc?" And I would be like, "No, I'm a good orc, and I'm here to fight for the Empire." And then he would fight so well that they would give him a little Sigmar medal. Are you Sigma? Yeah, that sounds like cool. Sigma, 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 Sigma. Sigma is Sigmar, but cool. I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyway, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to babble for a little bit while playing around with the orc. I hope you enjoy listening to my babbling, and I hope you guys love orcs, and I hope you all have a wonderful day and hug people and get warmth and all kinds of good stuff. Okay, bye-bye.